Hey guys, today I'm going to transplant these tomato plants that my little brother started for me. When he gave them to me, they were little. They didn't have their true leaves on them. This one still does not have its true leaves, but that's okay. He'll be all right. But you see how they're all clustered together? We need to get them out and we need to get them in a pot. And what I'm going to do this time with these, and my brother gave me the idea. I've thought about it before, but he reiterated it for me, and this is what I'm gonna do with my tomato starts that he gave me. I'm gonna hang them in a basket because they're the kind that like to vine anyways instead of a trellis. We're gonna take them, we're gonna put them in a basket, and then we're gonna hang them in the tree, and we're gonna see how that works. So that's what we got going today. I put this Wandering Jew is one name for it. I'm not sure the other names right off the top of my head, but I hung it in the tree out here the other day, and it reminded me of what my little brother had told me about hanging the tomatoes. So this is where I'm going to hang the tomatoes at right here. They get a lot of sun and they'll be up and have room to grow down. So this is what my idea is. I have an idea. Let's see how it works out. So this lovely, lovely, lovely raised bed I got from my best friend Brenda. Thank you, Brenda. It's had many uses. I've gotten a lot of goodness from it. But what I like to do is let me move these out of the way. Hold on. What I like to do is put leftovers and just things that didn't make it from like kitchen scraps, like mangoes that ripened too soon and weren't good, or bananas, whatever. Even yesterday I harvested a couple carrots, so I've laid the carrot top. Whoa! I laid the carrot tops in here. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this stuff in here. We're going to just put it down in here in the bottom, along with some of this good dirt that's in here. It's been getting all the nutrients from the leftovers and stuff that I put in here. It's good, it's rich, it smells nice, like earth. And we're just gonna take and put this in here. We're gonna make a nice little bed for the tomato plants. Nice little home for them so they can grow and be healthy. I'm also filled it up, not like that. I'm going to fill it up some more. And then what's on the top will go down to the bottom, and then I'll bring in some more mulch and lay that on top, and then it just keeps recycling and recycling into really good soil for planting stuff in. Well, we're gonna find out. Okay, this is the first time I've used it, but I think it's gonna be just fine. Still has some crunchy stuff in it that hasn't broke down all the way, but that's okay. As the tomatoes grow, they will have nutrients waiting for them as these pieces of kitchen scraps break down a little more. Something else I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my worm castings in here, and I'm going to put those in here as well. Can y'all, oh, he fell. Trying to see if y'all can see the little grub. See the little grub? It's not coming in too clear, is it? Anyways, he's there. He was in the wood container basket, raised bed. I'm gonna put him back. So we have this already. Got to put some rainwater on it. I like to use fresh rainwater when I'm dealing with my vegetables and seedlings and things that I'm going to eat, rather than not my well water. I have a water softener, so the salt goes through it. I have one faucet on the pump that is straight from the well, and the other one it filters through the salt system. But this is my favorite method, rainwater, as far as getting seeds starting and anything like that. We're just going to fill this vase up all the way, get the soil good and hydrated. Give them tomatoes. I've got 2 baskets to do, but here's what I'm going to use. Okay, now that we have our water, our nice fresh rainwater, we're just going to hydrate this all the way up like this. Make sure there's plenty of hydration in there for the soil. Make sure it's not too heavy, that I can still lift it. Here we go. This is actually my gym. This is where I get my workout from. That feels pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these ones first because there's not that many in them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 in there. One still hasn't got its true leaf on it yet. I'm planting it out anyways. And another thing I gotta think of is I've got all these little plants, and I also have these. Now, how much space is this plant gonna need when it's full grown? Because in my mind, they're little. I'm gonna plant them all in just 2 baskets, but I think I might have to make 3 baskets out of this. I'm not exactly sure how much. First of all, I don't know what type of tomatoes they are. I do know that they are the vining kind. I'm not sure if they're small ones like Everglade tomatoes, or if they're like the big beef tomatoes. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna do 3 in each. That's what I'm gonna do. And then the ones that I have left over, I'm just gonna plant around the garden, because I really want this to be a success, and I don't want to overload them so that one takes up more nutrients than the other one can't get it. I want it to be a success. So we're gonna do that now. I'm gonna take these out. Actually, I'm gonna just kind of loosen it up at the bottom. These are pretty decent containers, whatever my brother gave me. See this one right here? It wanted to come out. It wanted to grow, and I loosened up the soil, and look, do you see it was down there like this, and now it can rise to the top. But it may live, it may not live. We're gonna plant all of them because they all deserve that chance. So let's see what happens. Let me get my glasses back on. Really don't want to hurt them. There they all came out right on the top. Okay, what are we working with in here? Little brother. We've got these 2 good ones. There's a little piece of grass growing by it. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take these 2 that are nice and healthy. stick my finger in here like that and stick this down. A lot of people say that if you plant your tomato, like if you plant it deep, this will all grow roots. Now I've seen Epic Garden do many different tests, and that's pretty much what gardening is, or any kind of, you know, outside. This is biology. We're dealing with biology, we're dealing with science. So they did the science project and I learned from them. I'm talking about Epic Gardening. We're just gonna stick it, I'm gonna stick it in to the point where it starts, where this is light and this starts to get green. Right at that point right there. Why? I just am. No reason behind it. I just think that might work. We'll see. All right, first one's in. Now we got this one. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna plant this one over here. I'm gonna do the same. Get it in there like that. I'm gonna kind of aim it going that way so that it'll go over the trellis. Let me see over here. I'm gonna set these ones aside, the littler ones that haven't got their true leaves yet. Some of them just, they didn't even, didn't make it yet. Well, look, I see some of them still have their seed on the end. They're just babies. So I'm gonna set those aside, and I may put them just randomly out into the yard. Okay. So we got 2 out of that bunch to plant in here. That one has a really nice root system on it. I'm gonna put that one out. Kind of over here. Shake off all the dirt on the roots. You can see we have several really nice tomato plants that are not all going to go in this basket, because that would be too much. The root systems wouldn't be able to, they might be able to handle it, but they would fight for nutrients. So now we see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left to plant. So I'm gonna think maybe 1 more in here, and then actually I'm not. I'm just gonna do 2 in here. Just 2. I don't want to overload my basket. I'm going to take these other ones and plant in the other basket that I have. And I'm going to do the same thing as far as the soil goes. So I think this one right here, I'm going to leave this right here. I'm going to go hang it in the tree. I am going to mulch it. I do have something to mulch it with. Okay, I cannot remember the name of this stuff to save my life, and this is just some generic stuff that I got off of line. It's got a little hole right there, so I'm just going to go with that little hole, and I'm just going to go like this. And this is just to help keep the moisture in. When the wind blows, you guys, it dries up everything, and we get lots of wind here. It can rain so hard one day, but the next day, oh my, it's still, your soil is dry. And that's how I'm going to work this. Oh, he still wants to come out. What am I doing over here? There we go. So there we have it. And now we're going to go hang it in the tree. Okay. Let's see. Get this thing hooked up here. Well, we got a little bit of equipment difficulties over here. I'll have to fast forward through this part on the video for you guys. Okay. And I like to put them through the inside. Here's the other picture. Instead of bringing them this way, don't ask me why. So there we have it. Now we're gonna go hang it. Hope that didn't make you guys too dizzy. Well, I did it again. I thought I was videoing and I wasn't. So what I did, I'll just brief it out for y'all. I potted up 2 of these little tomato plants and I put them in this pot and I hung them in the tree. So we're gonna see what happens from there. I did put a little top dressing on this for the soil so that it doesn't get like a mulch, so that it doesn't get dried out from the wind. Now I'm hoping, very seriously hoping and praying a little bit too on this, that the squirrels don't come in here and think it's a place to plant their acorns or just start digging. We'll see. May have to get a net and put over it. I got some chicken wire. I could put a mesh. If it happens, we're gonna have to do some ingenuity thinking here. Okay, we're gonna have to be like one of those Navy Seabees and get our thinking caps on for real. But listen, this is my tomato plants that I have hanging. I hope they do well here, and I hope that you go out and plant something today. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay hydrated.